So you want to know what works best, affiliate marketing or AdSense? Great question. Before I get to the answer, I have another question for you. Are you a better salesman or architect? If you could be anything, would you be more suited to engineering or would you be more suited to insurance sales, for instance? It's an important question to ask yourself when trying to determine what the best vehicle for you is as far as, where you're going to take your websites, where you're going to take your career, how you're going to monetize your efforts, if those are the two things you're looking at. And the reason is this: if you're a great engineer, if you're a great architect, if you're somebody who's very good at planning things and designing things and laying things out, then ultimately an authority site model probably works really well for you. And in that scenario, you could go with either display ads like Google AdSense or affiliate marketing and do very well. And in fact, in most cases, you'd probably want to do both on the same site, but just not on the same page. And if you are a better salesman, if you think that you'd be a better insurance salesman than engineer, for instance, then you'll almost certainly want to stick with higher ticket affiliate marketing. Of course, not when you're first getting started. Nobody steps onto the baseball field and just starts banging out home runs, right? So, if you just don't have the type of mindset that's very organized and has a lot of elements where you create like flow charts and branches for things, authority site models could be difficult for those types of people, and display ad traffic like Google AdSense depends on, more than anything else, traffic volume. No matter what you do with display ads like Google AdSense, you're only going to get a click-through rate that's so high. Really, if you're pushing 5%, you're playing with fire. You're probably doing something that's not so great. The usual click-through rate for a well-optimized page is somewhere between 2 and 4% typically. And when you're only getting 2 to 4% of your website visitors clicking on something that monetizes for you, you need a lot of website visitors. So in those cases, the people that can strategize, how they're going to develop their entire content structure to capture the most amount of search engine traffic possible, those people are always going to win in the display ad game. Think about the big magazine type blog publications out there, that rely on a lot of display ad revenue. They have content banging out every day, and it's always something different and always fits into some greater agenda they have. But if you want to be, really great with affiliate sales based on website traffic and not so much display ads or AdSense, then you better be a pretty good salesman. You better start learning how sales copy works. You better start learning how to figure out all of that and make it work in your website and your business. If you know that you're a horrible salesman, you're probably going to really want to get good at planning out content and content strategy and developing that roadmap. Which is better? There is no better. If you look at some of the biggest blogs out there that generate millions of dollars a month, a lot of that revenue is driven by display ads like AdSense. The issue is it usually takes a lot of time to build up the content library needed to generate that kind of revenue. And on top of it, but you're always going to be playing some game with Google or whatever search engine to get the most amount of traffic possible. That's kind of a nightmare. Where if you focus just strictly on affiliate sales, then you can generate traffic from a lot of different sources and do all right. So, really the answer to this question comes up to you. What are you best at? What is your skill set that you can deploy? And when I say skill set, I don't mean that you know everything about internet marketing, you know everything about SEO, and you know everything about social media, and you know da-da-da-da. You can learn those things. What I'm saying is, what are you naturally gifted at? Because whatever you're naturally gifted at, that's what you should go in 100% on. That's what you should dig deep on and just fucking drive to it. I'm sorry for swearing, but it's Monday morning and now I'm kind of getting pumped about this. But seriously, if you're a great salesman or you're great at communicating to people, then do affiliate sales. Throw some display ads maybe up on articles where it won't hurt your message or hurt a sale, But if you're, if you're a killer salesman, just dig on that. Just go on that. If you're not a great salesman, but you're very logical and organized, then play to your strength on that and set up a site for display ads, because, once you have your content laid out and your ad placement laid out, Google takes care of the targeting for you, so you don't have to worry about the sales side of it as much. And, if you think that you might develop a skill for sales copy and salesmanship later, that's fine, because then you'll have a huge asset to work off of towards affiliate sales. This comes down to another thing. Like, a lot of beginners will ask this question, like, well, what's best for beginners? And it's hard to answer that question. There is no best for beginners. If somebody wants to make more money right away, then they should do affiliate sales. But if somebody can wait a little bit and get a little more skin in the game before they need to cash out, then display ads are a great way to go. The bottom line, the real answer to this question is, what are you good at? What is your thing? What do you do? What are your skills? Have you always been a people person? Have you always talked to people? Or have you been an introvert and just kind of like, drew and were a great artist and kind of hid in the corner and didn't really like talking to people or engaging with people? It's figure out where you are. It's self-awareness. Where are you on that line? And figure out your personal strengths and then go 100% on them. That's your answer. All right. So, see ya. Take it easy, vlog. Bye. I don't know why I'm so weird.